Show on Nick.
Last week we talked about some of the more forgotten shows on Cartoon Network from the early 2010s. The reception was really positive, so why not keep it going? Today we're going to look at a few Nicktoons that I grew up on that I just don't see anyone talk about anymore. So strap yourselves in, go grab some popcorn, and let's take a trip down memory lane. Wild Grinders is like Lil Bill or Bobby's World, but for the guy who hosts ridiculousness. The show is about a group of kids and a dog who skateboard. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The show ran from 2012 to 2015, lasting only 2 seasons. As a kid, I used to watch it when it was on, but I would never really seek it out. Only if there was literally nothing else to watch. Then I wouldn't mind a little Wild Grinders. I was also really big into ridiculousness at the time, and I remember actually making the connections between the two shows and it blowing my mind. Looking back on it as an adult, I gotta say that I'm not the biggest fan. It looks like a Flash game, but in the worst possible way. Like, I think I've played games on Cool Math for Kids that look better than this show.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
Like, look at this.
Waiting world where you can't wait to wait. Guaranteed to have the longest ride waiting time, the most enormous and overly crowded crowds, and hugely inflated admission prices.
The characters in the background are on 2 different levels. When the camera zooms in, the characters don't move, and it just looks really jarring. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but Rob Dyrdek is not a very good actor.
Besides, there's tons of places we can skate here in Sprawl City. Let's roll.
In fact, none of these people are. The cast is basically just Rob Dyrdek's friends playing characters with, very, let's say, creative names. You have Lil Rob, Emo Chris, Flips, Meaty, Goggles. Hold up, Yuri Lowenthal's in this? Huh, maybe it's not that bad. Actually, yeah, it is. I feel like the show was only made because Rob's success on the other show that I'm getting tired of saying. And he just thought about how he could make another quick buck, so he hired the cheapest animation team and just got his friends to do the voice acting. It's no wonder the ratings for the show are so bad.
I thought I smelled something spoiled.
He who smelt it, dealt it.
These besties are causing more trouble at the factory. More Robot and Monster is coming up next on Nicktoons.
Robot and Monster. Why is this the 3rd show that I've talked about that has to do with robots? Anyway, Robot and Monster also ran from 2012 to 2015, but only lasted 1 season. This one, I really didn't watch as a child. I watched a few episodes here and there, but nothing I really remembered. When watching the theme song, I noticed that there was bacon, and that kind of jogged my memory, that these guys just like bacon for some reason. Why are robots eating bacon? I don't know. But they like bacon.
Great, that's awesome. Well, you froze. Pete?
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
The show takes place in a world where everyone is either a robot or a monster, and the main characters are named Robot and Monster. That's like if I was named Human and my dog was named Dog. Also, are the robots natural, or were they built by the monsters? And if so, why do the robots have equal rights with the monsters? Either the robots are natural, or the society is super progressive. I also had to watch the show on Dailymotion because I couldn't find it anywhere else. Real talk, has anyone even used Dailymotion lately? It actually sucks. I know YouTube has its problems, but Dailymotion is so much worse. How are they even possibly in business? Okay, I kind of just noticed that I barely talked about the show, and I don't know, guys. There's nothing to really talk about. It's about a robot and a monster named Robot and Monster. They work at a light bulb factory. Robot is a bit mischievous and Monster is innocent. And they like bacon. That's literally it. There's a reason this show is forgettable. At least Wild Grinders was so bad that there's something to talk about. With this show, the art style is fine. The voice acting, while kind of annoying, is acceptable.
I'd be planning a celebratory party right now with hats and cake.
There's just nothing to talk about here. The show's just the definition of mid.
Well, I don't feel that way! I've been inventing my whole life, and you just stuck a fork on a stick!
Yeah, classic Wii. More Making Fiends up next.
Nicktoons! Making fiends, Vanessa's always making fiends. Making fiends while Charlotte makes friends.
Making Fiends is a short series that Nick would run in between shows. The show is only 6 episodes long, running for 1 month in the fall of 2008. However, if you were watching Nickelodeon at the time, you would see this thing everywhere for years. They would constantly run reruns of Making Fiends. The show is based off a web series of the same name, which explains the art style. Something that, as a kid, I wasn't really the biggest fan of, but as an adult, I actually see the charm in it. The show is basically about one girl, Vendetta, who creates fiends, which are essentially monsters that terrorize the town of Clamburg. Then, a new girl, Charlotte, moves in, and she befriends the fiends. So, every episode, Vendetta tries to find new ways to get rid of Charlotte, but to no avail. One thing that I actually really love about the show is Vendetta's voice. She has this Eastern European accent when nobody else does. It's so random, but I find it really funny every time she talks.
Too bad! I will only be hugging Marion. She's my new best friend. I am? She is? Yes!
I also like the fact that Vendetta rules Clamburg, but still chooses to go to school. We actually get to see her parents in one episode, and they were shrunk and put in a hamster cage, so it's not like they're forcing her. I like to think she just likes torturing her teachers so much that she agrees to go. Overall, I gotta say that I quite enjoyed rewatching Making Fiends. It reminds me a bit of early South Park with the simple art style. Even the teacher looks like Mr. Garrison.
You know who this motherfucker look like, low-key? Look!
Making Fiends definitely proves that you don't need insane animations for something to be good. Good animation can absolutely add to or decrease the quality of a show, but you can't judge a cartoon based solely on animations.
I did not tell you to stop. Keep churning. This will certainly be the end of Charlotte.
Don't go away. Tack is up next, and the juju just keeps getting stronger. Tack and the power of juju next here on Nicktoons.
Tack and the Power of Juju is a 2007 show based off a PS2 game from 2003. The premise is that there's this kid named Tack who, well, has the power of Juju, which are essentially spirits. The first thing I notice is how ugly the show looks. And I know what I said about Making Fiends, but the show looks like a PS2 game.
Listen, every summer the Woodies stampede and flatten our village. Why?
We're weak?
Really bogus location? I don't agree, drum-beating baboon.
Baboon?
Drum-beating baboon.
That's very clearly an orangutan. But because of how out of place it looks, I wouldn't be surprised if it was supposed to be a baboon, and they just changed it at the last minute, and didn't think that 17 years later, I would notice. Well, Nickelodeon, I noticed. I don't know how to describe it, but the show feels racist. Like, I don't think it's based off of any real tribes, but something about it just feels so off.
Fear not, poo-poo people. The lock has everything under control.
What did he say?
Fear not,
poo-poo people.
I'm also not sure how they decided that this random-ass game from 4 years ago should get a show based off of it. And, well, 4 years ago from when the show came out, not today. That'd be like if Bugsnax got a show. And when I say loosely based off of it, I mean loosely based off of it. In fact, I feel like the game may be more obscure than the show. I never hear anyone talk about the show, but even less about the game. I didn't even know the show is based off of a game until I saw it in the Scott the Woz video. Well, who knows, maybe if this video does really well and there's some demand, I'll play the game and give a review. Until then, I'm stuck with this show.
Nobody's here to vanquish. The search continues. See you later.
You better watch out, Locke. Woody's love chickens.
To end things off today, I think I have pulled the most obscure show from the depths of my memory. This is Monsuno.
Power, man of the hour. Got my core ready and the skills to devour. I came to battle. Who wanna battle? Spin now put it in the battle. Make it
launch, launch, launch.
I came to wreck you. Yo, I'm launching out. So turn it up. I got the whole world spinning out. Yo, I'm launching out. So turn it up. I got the whole world spinning out.
Monsuno is an anime from 2012 that was aired on Nickelodeon. Monsuno is also a toy, similar to Bakugan or Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole idea is that ancient alien monster DNA has been reawoken and you can capture them and battle with them. They can be put in these little capsules that come with cards. You would spin the capsules on the cards to open it up and the monster would pop out. I used to have 3 of these as a kid. I own the main one from each faction, Locke the Polar Bear, Driftblade the Lion, and my favorite, Backslash the Wolf. I love these things. It was honestly like an edgier Pokemon. But that's where the problems begin for Monsuno. It's hard to market without the immediate comparison to the largest media franchise in the world. It also doesn't help that the toy itself was hard to market. Pokemon are so universal, from cute to cool, masculine to feminine. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was an actual card game and didn't really deserve the Pokemon comparisons. Digimon actually came out first, and Beyblade were just really fun. That just kind of leaves Bakugan. And, well, Bakugan struggled. It couldn't hit the same market as effectively as the other shows, and as much as I hate to say it, Monsuno was essentially a knockoff of Bakugan. I really liked it as a kid though, way more than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bakugan, but I only liked it for the collection aspect. I had no interest in learning how to play the game. I liked the show fine, but not as much as Beyblade or Pokemon. I feel like we haven't even talked about the show that much. It's just kind of a generic monster catcher anime. The main character, Chase, and his 2 best friends are trying to find Chase's father, meanwhile taking out bad guys along the way. There are so many of these kind of shows. There's nothing to really discuss, actually. Looking back on it now, with a marketing degree, I think that the Monsuno were both the selling point and the drawback of the series. They're visually cool, don't get me wrong, but you don't get much personality by looking at it. Let's take a random Pokemon. Okay, so here we are on the random Pokemon generator website. So let's just randomly generate any Pokemon. Okay, Groudon. That's a little different because it's a legendary, but let's go for it. So let's look at Groudon. And you get the vibe of it, right? You understand what Groudon is. You understand that he is this legendary, he's this behemoth. He rules over the land. He's ferocious and he's big and strong. You get that vibe just by looking at him. But he also doesn't look super mean, right? He's got like a kind of grin. Like you can see him being a little friendly if you didn't know better. Let's look at Locke from Monsuno. What is the personality that you get from this thing? It's angry, right? But here's the thing about Monsuno. They're all angry. Let's look at Backslash from Monsuno. This is my favorite one as a kid. He's also angry. What makes Pokemon work is that they have that perfect balance between cute and cool and serious and goofy. I wish Monsuno did better. I really do. I remember crying one year on my birthday because I asked for one and didn't get it. But I can't really say I'm too surprised that nobody remembers this exists. I think they needed either the games to be better or the show to be better. But unfortunately, neither really happened and Monsuno was left in obscurity.
Sorry, Dad. Couldn't stand any more of that guy's noise.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Next time, we're going to finish the trilogy by looking at some Disney Channel shows that have been lost to the sands of time. I also had a lot of fun looking back on the Monsuno toys. So if you'd like to see a Forgotten Toys video, let me know. As always, I'll catch you later. Bye.
Classic Wii.